we're going to make a walnut-based non-dairy pesto. That means we're not going to use cheese, but instead we're going to use the richness of walnuts to cover up where the dairy is not. What's wonderful about this is it makes a great dipping sauce appetizer. It makes a great topping on top of pasta. It'll last for weeks in your refrigerator. It's not low fat, but it's delicious and really full of flavor and actually pretty good for you. We're going to start with a half cup of cleaned garlic cloves. It goes right in my blender. You can use a food processor or something else if you like. This is going to be a half cup of chopped walnuts. And each of these is a tablespoon or a teaspoon. Black pepper, sea salt, granulated sugar. This is the turbinado sugar, parsley, and oregano. So parsley, oregano, salt, pepper, and sugar. You may ask, why the sugar? Well, first of all, we're going to have some lemon juice that I add as well. That's tangy. And the walnuts have a little bit of a bitterness to them, so we want to offset that. This is 2 tablespoons of fresh lemon juice. Throw that right in there. This was a 1/4 pound, and it may not feel like much, but it's a 1/4 pound of organic fresh basil. I cleaned off most of the stalks, but the rest of it's going to go right on top. And it probably looks like a lot right now, but much like when you cook with spinach, you're going to see that this shrinks down to be just about nothing. Actually, it's going to come down probably about this much yield out of it all, but that's going to be a lot of pesto. So I'm going to use this tamper because that's going to help me get it down. Let's pour my olive oil on top. If I find I need a little more olive oil, I may need only another 1/4 cup. But we'll see how it works once I start this on a slow blend. Now again, if you're doing it with the food processor, same thing. Start with a low grind. I'm going to tamp it down. You could add spinach or kale to this, it'd be wonderful. Just beef up the greens. Kind of like a smoothie. Gonna get the texture a little bit less than sorbet. I'll turn it up a little bit longer. Take your time, there's no hurry, but this is gonna be done in no time. I'm going to turn it down a little bit. And I have a feeling I need just a dash more of olive oil. So, again, I had a half a cup in there. I'm going to go ahead and add just 1 more tablespoon. I don't want too much. There you go. Look at that. I think we're getting the texture we want out of it. You can always add more olive oil and make it creamier, but I'm really kind of happy with the way this is looking so far. I'm going to turn it off and give it a little taste test, just because I'm curious. If I need more salt, more lemon, a little more sugar, this was my chance to doctor it up for the last minute. Well, that's really delicious, just like it is. I don't want to do a thing more other than blend it a little further. There we go. That's what I was trying to get. Can you get in there close? See how it's whipping now? I had a little bit too much of the garlic flavor in there and a little stringiness. And that's what I want, just a little bit of that. Just like that. Good. All right, I think that's going to do it for me. There's all kinds of ways you can present this, as I said before. But it's really one of my favorite things to do as a special, like appetizer dip. Now here's how this is going to work. Put a nice big clump of that. See that texture? That could go right on the bread and no one would complain at all, trust me. But we're going to do something a little fancier. I want to pour some olive oil around the outside of it, just a little bit. Come on now, be careful. Drizzle here. And the next thing I'm going to do is take this balsamic glaze. Now you can use regular balsamic vinegar if you like, but I like the balsamic glazes. They're sweeter, they're a little thicker. You can see the texture. And just put a little bit of that. You can even put drops around if you want to make it pretty. Now that's going to give a real sweet tanginess to this whole dish. So there you go. Doesn't that look beautiful? Now you can do a whole plate, make it much larger, but that's probably more pesto than you and I can eat in a day. But again, a little non-dairy, delicious pesto for the holidays. So enjoy. Thanks for watching Cooking with Matt.